Well, call me crazy, but I want a vegetarian dinner tonight, and I want to use basmati rice just for the aroma. After coming home from work, I really ate nothing there, and I dug through the freezer, the refrigerator, and I came up with all of this. Now, just to show you, I'm using garbanzo beans. See? Frozen. But you know what? These are fresh. I cooked them a couple of weeks ago. I made a recipe, I had leftover, put them in the freezer. Can't stand using canned stuff. Fresh tomato sauce, the same thing. I'm going to use that as my base for the stock in this rice. Toasted almonds, fresh green beans, scallions, broccoli, carrots, peppers, celery, onion, leeks, garlic, mushroom, fresh basil. It may sound like a lot, but I really want to enjoy this meal. So I'm going to cut everything up, saute it, put the rice, let it cook. The hardest job is just to cut everything. These are all the vegetables cut up. I'm going to saute them in a little olive oil. You can use butter if you want. With the turmeric. After they saute, sweat up just a little bit, I'm going to add the rice and the water, mix with the tomato sauce, because the tomato sauce is like the stock also. So this is what all the vegetables look like. What I'm not going to cook in the rice is the broccoli, because that taste is so strong in the broccoli, it'll just taste like broccoli. So I'm going to saute the broccoli in here separate. The scallions, the almonds, and the basil will be added at the very end. So let's get started, because I'm getting hungry. So we got a moderate flame there. Put some olive oil or butter, whatever you like. And this is a vegetarian dish. The garbanzo beans will be added later also. So I might as well saute the broccoli as I'm doing that. And we'll get all the vegetables in there without making a mess. You know of any other vegetables you can put in there? Go right ahead. You want to put less? Fine. I just go, I want vegetables and I want a lot. And this is what I'm doing. And the turmeric right in there. Sweat that up. We're going to get 2 cups of basmati rice to go in with this. And we are going to enjoy this, meaning myself and myself. As always, I'm going light on the salt because this is for me. So I'm just using 1 teaspoon. So you taste it. If it's for you, I would do the same thing. Go easy. There's so much flavor in here that you really don't need much salt. And as far as the pepper, I am going to put, you know what I'm going to put this time? Not cayenne pepper, but and not hot sauce either. How about some pepper flakes? So you got to be careful with this stuff. It is kind of strong. So we're going to just go like this. That is plenty. Unless you really like hot food. I have the broccoli cooking. That's going to be ready for later. The garbanzo beans are here from the frozen state, getting hot. So the most difficult part of this recipe is to cut up all the vegetables. But you know what? Do it before you go to sleep. Go to work, come home, take the vegetables, throw them in a pan, and in 20 minutes you got your vegetarian dinner. Or your side dish for whatever else you'll be cooking. And that broccoli, I'm cooking it like so, on moderate to high heat. So I'm going to get that flavor of grilling on it. And this is just about ready. Oh, the color's going to be pretty on this. We'll get the rice. Have to rinse the rice off first, pardon me. Okay, that's 1 cup rinsed, and there's the other cup. So that takes care of the rice. Now we got to get the liquid in there. So if it's 1 and 1, and you use 1 1/2, that means we're using 3 cups of liquid. So we're going to put 1 cup of tomato sauce. Why is that so light in color? Because I used peeled plum tomatoes, so we're only going to use a cup of that. And they happen to be very light in color, but that's 100% pure fresh tomato. Oh, I was going to say, can you smell the broccoli cooking? How's that for grill on the stove top? Smoking up the place a little, but you know what? It's tasty. So now, well, that color is going to be pretty too, with the tomato and the turmeric mixed together. And bring that to a boil and let it simmer. And we'll get back to check it in about 10-12 minutes. This is at the end of about 10 minutes. Just about done. We'll leave it there on a very low flame about another 3 minutes. Well, 13 minutes, we're done. Now we'll put everything else in there. The garbanzo beans. Yeah, the texture isn't as good when they're frozen, but it's still better than canned. And everything else. The basil. The toasted almonds, the scallions, fresh parsley. I gotta hurry up and mix this up because I want to sit down and eat. And I think I just have enough room in here to mix it without making a mess. I like the color of the rice. This is plenty for 2 people. More than enough. As I said, I went easy with the salt, but if I was cooking this for a group, a guest, instead of using just 1 teaspoon, I would have probably put in 3. Because I know what it tastes like. With more salt, it's just tastier, but we cut back on the salt. And butter would go in here great too. But that too, trying to get away from. And there we go. I'll put some of this on a plate. And you can make it a little hotter too. Just to get a look. The color's great. And now I'm going to sit down and enjoy it. And I hope you do too. That took about 13 minutes.